Welcome back from spring break. For the rest of the semester, we're going to be focusing on research argumentative essays. So you'll be needing to do a little more research than you have in the past. And especially it's going to be independent research because with these papers, you'll be looking at your own topics. So we won't be sharing as many sources between classmates, and I won't be providing as many sources because it'll be up to you to examine sources, do the research on your own. Of course, I'll be there to support you. But mainly, you will need to learn how to use the online databases through the college library system. So first thing you want to do is go to rcbc.edu/library, go to the library website. Some of you may already be familiar with the website, but for those of you who haven't used research through the website, one, you're paying for it, so you might as well use it. But secondly, using the online databases really cuts out all the weeding of what is a good source. If it's through the school, it's probably a good source. You don't have to do as much legwork to find out if it's a credible author, if it's a credible website, if it's a quality academic appropriate source. So I would recommend just going straight to the library and using our resources. So here we have the library's website. You have the hours. You can still go there if you have access, if you live nearby. But most of my students, even in face-to-face classrooms, will use the online databases. So the library provides us with a lot of different resources. Down here we do have some workshops. There's a webinar this week on the 30th if you want to be part of that. Lots of different tips on research, some resources for creating citations, MLA. You've got the OWL, which you guys already know about. So there are a lot of guides and resources. Information search process was one of the videos I posted for this week. But lots of stuff to learn how to use the library, how to make the searches a lot more effective and easier. So the first thing you want to do is, even though you're using the online databases, you still need a library card. So if you're doing face-to-face courses, along with this course being online, you can go to any location, bring your ID, and if you don't have an ID, you need to get one. There'll be a barcode put onto that ID and process for activation. That's pretty much going to be your library card. If you do have access to the libraries, here are the locations. So it looks like there are 4 different ones you can choose from. Now, if you are not in the area and you are still taking online courses, what you can do is fill out an application for the non-renewable temporary barcode. So that'll be good for about 60 days. You may have to do that a couple times, but it'll give you some time to get back to the area and campus. So you just fill out this form and it will get you access to the databases. So let's take a step back. Once you have your library card, you can start looking at what we have to offer. So not only do we have subject guides that will lead you to databases that are based on the subjects you are studying, but you also will have access to streaming video. Our library does contain a lot of databases that have videos, which are great alternative sources, films on demand, History Channel, BBC, documentaries, and also some feature films as well. So you have free access to that with your library card. All right, so if we go back to the Quick Start menu, you will see Academic Search Premier. That's one of the best databases, has the most information, and probably would be geared toward this class the most. So let's focus on just using Academic Search Premier. A lot of different databases specialize in different things, and we're probably going to be dealing with some general topics, so that might be the best for us. So when you click Academic Search Premier, it's going to ask you for your information so you can provide your ID. If you go through this way, if you go for off-campus, it's going to ask you for that barcode and the PIN number that the library will set you up on. Okay, so let's go. I already have it open. Let's see. There we go. So let's say we're going to work with a topic of social media. So if we just type in social media on the top, we're going to get a lot of searches. Okay, so we have 28,000 different things we can look at. So let's back up and get a little more specific, because this is one thing that Google doesn't offer. Social media. Let's specifically say we're writing about Twitter. So it'll search for both of those terms. Also, personally, I like to only click full text because we have access to lots of stuff, but sometimes you have to request it, or sometimes it's a book in the library. But if we have full text, you're guaranteed to get the PDF and get your hands on it right away. For a lot of academic papers, I would recommend scholarly peer-reviewed journals. Those are going to give you a lot of analytical references. If you're looking for something that's just more journalism, you don't have to click that. So you can also go by type of publication, document type. Are you looking for a case study, a review? You have lots of different options, so it'll pull only those particular types of options. Number of pages. So you can even choose if you need 5 short articles, you can put that in there. This is the best part of it, though, and I definitely want you guys to kind of focus. Now, remember, if we searched the entire database, we had 28,000 articles, but let's say we're going to go from 2010 to now. Now that's going to limit your information, but on the same token, it's going to give you the most current information. So whenever you do a search, I would definitely suggest putting in the time. So let's see, PDF full text is a great idea. So that's good. That's how I would like to start out with a search. So let's go ahead and search. What have we got? Look how less we have. I mean, it's still a lot, but 899 articles. And we can make that a little bit more specific, but it gives you a lot less to work with. By putting those specific points into your search for the databases, you're able to limit the information that you have, but you're also guaranteeing that it is a academic approved article. It'd be perfect for a school essay. So let's get a little bit more specific. We're going to type in linguistics. A lot of studies out there are saying that Twitter, with its hashtags and different coding, is kind of its own language. And there's studies that have proved that. So now we're going to do a specific study on Twitter and linguistics. And here we have only 6 articles. So you see how the more specific you get in your search, the better articles. They'll be more relevant to your paper. They will be more specific for your paper, and also you don't have to search through huge lists of hundreds and hundreds of articles. So I would highly recommend using a database such as Academic Search Premier through the school library to do your research. So if you haven't done so already, I would like you guys to get into one of the databases, play around with it. Your discussion board is going to ask you to find an article on the database. So with that, I'm going to be asking for the full citation and a description of the process that you used to find this article. That's going to be our discussion board for this week. I do want you still to comment on your other classmates' posts, at least 2, but give me a good idea, a good 100 words about how you found the citation, what are your research practices, along with doing the library assessment. That's required of the college, so please, while it is ungraded, don't forget to do that as well. If you have any questions about using the library or any research questions, feel free to email me anytime. Good luck, and I will talk to you soon.